that I don't know that any of us cares about. I just feel like Sean is kind of getting back where he already was putting out there. That karma's hitting his daggone behind. We got Poppy and Amber having an argument that I'm not really understanding what the heck the argument is about. But I'm like, okay, girl, we gonna roll with it, rock with it, right? And we got Lindsay and Blaine also having arguments that I really don't understand what the heck is the point of it all. I feel like they just doing it for the cameras at this point. And we still are seeing that Chance is trash, 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 trash. We've been through this, and it ain't a daggone thing that changed. It's pretty much still the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring my co-host out. Of course, we also got Zarek and Monique with their foolishness and foolery. I'm trying to understand it, y'all. Maybe y'all can make it make sense for me. But here come my girl with her hammer. Okay.
Ew.
Coming
Queens
in.
and BX is in the building. What up, Miss T? You know I don't like him. I don't like the way he treat her.
Yes, a hot daggone mess, girl.
Well, where you want to start with it? I'm
Uh,
just look. I'm in the passenger seat. Go ahead. Where you want to start with it?
Hey, Miss T, thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. I don't know if we're gonna slowly have some more people roll on in because I tried to share out as much, as I could. I kind of posted this late. It was one of those days. But y'all know we always try to come through on Fridays after the show and give y'all a little breakdown, our first thoughts of everything
Mm-hmm.
that went down in the episode. So, we had to stop on through.
That's
So
right.
yeah, first up, y'all, we are getting to I guess we could just go in the order that they were. We actually started out, well, no, we really did start out with Sean and Sarah. So I don't know if y'all want to just get them out the way. Cause to be honest, I don't feel like it's really much to them. Of course he was still upset about her meeting up with her baby daddy. That's just
Mm-hmm.
my baby daddy. He was in
Uh,
his feelings, and
you
I
know
ain't
what?
care
But
that much.
she's wrong for that.
Yeah, she is
She.
though.
I don't like I don't like her movements with this
Yeah.
because it's like now you feel like you on and your body is snapped back and all of this. You done had this baby, and you felt you
Sister,
already complained about him not
no,
giving
that's
you
not her.
any. Now you going to see the next dude, and this was off the heels of her not having intercourse or not having relations
Hmm.
with her husband. You
Yeah.
went basically got bored and you wanted attention, so you figure you go to this guy, and it seemed like their energies. You know how somebody match your energy when you be doing wrong. I feel
Yeah.
like that's what's going on with them too.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I didn't agree with it, and she even know that she was wrong. But at the same time, when you have watched Sean in the past seasons, and you know some of his stuff that he's done, even though it does seem like so far in this season, from the little bit we see, it seems like he is making an attempt with her. It also seems like he's making an attempt with his kids. We even saw in this episode that he was talking to his son on the phone, and looked like they have a better relationship, and he was
Hmm.
even kind of venting, about his problems to his son. So I did like to see that because before you was barely even see Sean talking to his kids, whether it was in person, on the phone, whatever.
Yeah.
And
Because we
she
didn't
goes
even know
from.
the other season when he had kids. You absolutely right about that.
Hmm. It was like, come on, you would just hear about them, and then you, of course, would see him, with the daughter that end up coming to the wedding the most out of all of them. So and even when she went to her mom, because we started out with her going to her mom and saying, oh, she's upset, and I mean, he's upset, right? He's mad that I lied. And
Hmm.
she was like, I finally had broke the news and told him everything. And really, she didn't break the news. He had to kind of pull it out of her, if we being real. Then she told the truth. But
Right.
of course, now he was trying to say her family was two-faced, and her mother was saying like, oh, he taking it too far, and how could he think that you cheated on him, and blah blah blah. But I'm like, if it was the other way around,
You
y'all
would
would be
be
thinking
saying
the same way. Let's just be real.
exactly. Exactly. And I feel like her mother's like condoning it and coddling, and she was even covering for her sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when you doing wrong like that, you should say something. And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just saying,
true.
like, even if it is your child, you gotta be like, nah, this isn't right, yo.
Mm-hmm.
This is not right.
Yeah, but I mean, I agree, but you could expect that because she even said to her, "Well, I'm more so felt like it was your place to tell him rather than hers, right?" But
Mm-hmm.
he's feeling like, "Well, people are being two faced with me. They being, phony," and I would feel that way too. Like I said, if you reverse it, she would definitely be saying the same thing if it was the opposite way, and this was Sean. So even she was like she could admit that she went about it the wrong way. And when they did finally because her mom was like, I'll watch Abby, you go back and talk to him, I think y'all need to have a conversation. And he was saying that he does understand that Abby father deserves to see her, but he feels like this is more of a ploy for him to get back with Sarah. And I don't think he's too off base with that, because we hearing the guy say, yeah, I'm gonna be able to take her from him and all of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But I I just didn't like that, and I'm waiting till you go to the next part because it's
Sarah
like,
was wrong for putting her mom in it. Yeah. Hey, uh, I'm sorry, y'all. These words so long. Lee Pepper says Sean got get what he get. Yeah, I can understand that too, because like I said, Sean have done some things, so I kind of feel like now that he's all in and he is trying to make a change, you ever notice that's when the person usually starts to get back to karma, is not when they out there doing the stuff, is later when they actually start taking stuff serious and trying to make a change. That's usually when they get it. So I feel
mhm,
like that's what's kind of happening with him.
right.
Hey, what's up? That's Jay Show. How you doing? Thanks for coming through. So, yeah, so basically, of course, she decides that she was gonna go home and talk to him. She was like, I don't know what I'm gonna be walking into when I get there, and what space he gonna be in. And then he was saying he really didn't want to go to bed mad. Yeah, I know I love that song, Don't Go to Bed Mad by Silk. That just kept coming to my head when you
Yeah.
said that.
But that you know what? I used to say that when I was married.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go to bed mad because then you wake up mad. And sometimes it don't work out when you
Right.
mad.
It's true.
Yeah, man.
True.
I
You be
get
pissed,
it.
you be pissed. Shit. You don't be wanting to just get over it and make up sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But they did have a conversation, and she basically was
Barry.
telling him she understood why he was upset. So it wasn't like she
I'm
just
live,
tried.
Barry. Let me call you back. All
Oh,
right.
mm-hmm. It
Yeah,
wasn't
but
like she just tried to make it seem like, oh, I don't care, be mad. She did apologize. She did
she
say she understood.
apologized, but it was like, you know how somebody do one of them grazed over apologizes,
Mm-hmm.
apologies, where you like, all right, I said sorry, so let's move on.
Right.
Like that's how she did it, and I didn't like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, and
What's up, SJ?
he of course let her know that he felt like what he basically said in the confessional, he said to her face too. He was basically like he feels like this is more of a ploy of him trying to get back with her. Now she's saying to him, "Oh, you ain't got to worry about that. That road is past. I ain't thinking about it. It's not that type of party." But we know that she was saying this the best lover she ever had. She missed him. So you ain't still telling the full truth, Sarah. And they kill me when they lie up here because they forget they gonna see all the video footage.
Exactly. That's what I don't get. Like how y'all some people lie with it's two types of liars. I call that a liar that like to go down with the ship. Even though they know they
Hmm.
caught red handed, they will still go down with the ship, yo.
Right. Definitely. So, she was trying to make him feel like, no, you ain't got to worry about nothing with that. And she basically said that, she did want him to like be a part of the decisions, and she wanted him to also be able to meet up with him so he could feel comfortable. I don't think that's going to go good. And then of course Sean have to be all, dramatic. Oh, the trust is gone. Once it's gone, I don't know if we can get it back. And I'm just like, I'm no, it's hard for me not to laugh at Sean at the same time. Because like I said, we know the past history with him. So I'm like, Sean, now you understand how you made other people feel at the same
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
Okay, let's just be real. Hey, thanks for coming through. So yeah, I think that was pretty much it with them. It wasn't really too much to their thing. They argued or whatever. They
Right.
seem like they made up. They seem like they're gonna try to at least make the initiative to go ahead and have this conversation with the guy. We see something in the preview with them meeting up at a park or something like that. And you
Mhm.
could tell that he gonna have his male ego and Sean gonna have his male ego. So I don't know if they gonna bump heads. More
They
than
are.
likely, they probably are.
They are.
Mhm.
Just even if we don't think they, I think they're gonna do it just for the to have the fact. You know.
Mhm. Yeah, we know they gotta make it over the top. So that's pretty much what we probably could expect from that.
Mhm.
And then next up, like I said, I was pretty I'm sorry, y'all. These things are so tiny. I can't even see who was who because I thought I had them in order, but some kind of way when you put them on StreamYard, they always end up going in a whole nother direction. So we'll see. But nope, that's not it either. I think next we had is they thing even here? I feel like I'm not seeing them now. Next we had Aries and Cameron, y'all, and I was shocked. I was shocked but not shocked to have them say, "Are you ready? We going into this appointment." And I'm like, "What appointment y'all going to? What's happening? What we need appointments for?" And come to find out, she freaking 14, no, 16 weeks pregnant. And he actually did finally find a job. He's saying he found a job as a customer service rep. So I said,
Well,
okay,
he probably gonna be talking on the phone because you know he got to get the gas.
well,
He got to
yeah, I
get
think
the
that's a
gas.
good job for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. He gonna be
Mhm.
talking on the phone. Oh, dad. I'm kind of. I wish she wouldn't have got pregnant.
Miss T said I was shocked. Yeah, because she said they started discussing her going off the birth control, and it's like, right after you ended up pregnant, and this is another case of you got married too fast already,
And
and
now
now you're
y'all
getting
bringing another
pregnant too
little
fast,
life
in
in
my
here.
opinion. Y'all needed to still have more time just to get to still know each other and get used
Hmm.
to living together, being married, and having your daughter around. That's what y'all needed to
Exactly.
be doing, not bringing in a whole nother baby, in my opinion, this fast.
Hmm.
Now, of course, he was saying he want a boy, but he was like, long as the baby is healthy, and they end up finding out that it's a girl. And he talking about some y'all got any what he said Tylenol or ibuprofen, and
Yeah.
they said they wanted to name it Cameron if it was a boy and Charlie if it was a girl. I thought that was interesting, but
So basically, the kid is gonna be named after her. I mean him.
oh god, I was like, okay, hi Daria, how are you? Thanks for coming through. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, they did hide it better than Justine, that's for sure. Mm-mm. I don't know. That was a bit much. They moving way too fast. Yes. I don't know. It's just a lot. It's a lot, y'all.
Hmm.
Hey, Monique 69 Ways. How are
And
you?
hey, Monique, thanks for coming through.
Um. So yeah, now they start to have this conversation about her father, and that turns into a big argument.
Okay, I was waiting for you to open that door. I was waiting for you to
Because
open that door.
apparently her father about to come for a
Hmm.
visit, and then his sisters is coming for a visit. So, what you want to say about this, Moochie? What did you think?
I think her and her father's gonna get into it. Her father
Mhm.
seems like he's a man of his word, like where he already was disappointed with how she did this without his blessing.
Yes.
And it seemed like this put a wedge in their relationship. And I feel like he feels like his daughter could do better.
Mhm.
So I do. Hello, Savannah.
Hey,
So I do.
Savannah.
So I do. Oh, she got a new profile pic.
Uh-oh.
So she. So I feel like her father and Cam are gonna have words. Because I feel like he's gonna talk how he talks, and he probably don't mean to be disrespectful, but he's just like a street guy. So I think he don't know how to I feel like he don't he I feel like he's not gonna know how to deal with her father, especially if her father is one of these overprotective kind of guys, but he's trying to let his daughter grow up. You know what I'm saying? Let her live her life.
Yeah. Absolutely. I could see them bumping heads. I could see it being an issue because, first of all, if I'm not mistaken, she said her father had been locked up in the past,
Mhm.
and he definitely didn't want her getting with somebody that was in prison, and he definitely was not expecting for her to go and get married and not tell him nothing about it. And the way she described it was her and her father having a very close relationship. So for you not to even tell him nothing about it and him to have to find out on social media,
Yes.
that's already
I
very
think that's to
hurtful.
already put a wedge in it. I agree.
Hmm. And she mentioned that they had not seen each other in 7 months. And I'm like, girl, like how you go from being close with him to him finding out about it on social media to y'all not speaking for 7 months, like that's not good. So when they was having the argument, I understood what she was trying to say as far as you didn't go and ask for, my hand in marriage. You didn't already know him previous to this. So, but I think she was kind of like wording it a little bit wrong because she was saying like they have to kind of, prove themselves to him and get back in his good graces. But he was like saying, if I was never in his graces before and I never even met him, how can I get back in somewhere where I wasn't at? That's really your place, your side, your part of the relationship with him, not mine. And I kind of agree with him with that part, but at the same time, you are trying to prove to him or show him, I would say more so than prove. Like, okay, yeah, we didn't necessarily go about this the right way. Me and your daughter made a decision. We went and got married. I'm here now. And this is what I'm trying to do with her and with your grandbaby. You know what I mean? While you're here. Because I know if you come to meet my father, well, I wouldn't do this anyway, but let's just say I did. And you saying you're gonna be here with me and we married and this and that. My father's gonna look to you to see what the heck is going on and what you about.
Exactly. Want to know what type of job he got, how he taking
Right.
care of her, because he didn't have a job in the beginning, and
Right.
the way she was talking, he was living off of money that he has, saved
Mhm.
up while he was locked. I mean, I
Mhm.
don't know if he put money away before he got locked up or whatever the
Right.
case may be, but he was spending money, and I'm still trying to figure out. Well, I feel like Love After Lockup paid for that whole beach thing.
Oh, they probably did. I know it's some stuff that they supply, and some stuff that probably off the checks they get, they probably do. But a lot of that stuff be stuff they set up. Because I know even when Derek and Monique was doing their interviews, they were saying
Mhm.
how everybody had went in that time when she supposedly paid like what was it 500 or something for the dinner, and he was like she
Mhm.
didn't pay that. The people from the production set that all up. So I'm pretty
Right.
sure if they did that with that dinner, then more than likely they probably did something similar with this one as well.
Mhm. Mhm.
Hmm. Hey, Miss Sharon, thanks for coming through. She said,
Hi, Miss
remember he
Sharon. Remember
told,
he told that he ain't never had to answer to nobody. Yeah, but you saying
yes,
he's saying all of this. I ain't never had to answer to nobody, even in jail. That's BS. It's lights on, lights off. They tell you
right,
when to eat.
yeah.
They
If,
tell you when to. Sometimes you
hmm
gotta ask to go to
hmm
the bathroom. So he with
right,
all of that. That's cap.
yeah. If anything, I could see I had to answer to people when I was locked up, but as me being on the outside, I don't want to
I
feel
don't
like
want to
I'm
have
saying
to answer to people anymore.
right.
Exactly.
Hmm. So, of course, like later when they get home, they have another conversation about it. Try to have like a more calm conversation because he could see that she was starting to get upset when they was talking about it at the clinic. And
Hmm.
how did you feel about how they broke the news to the daughter? Like, oh, I just feel like they putting so much on that little girl. She seems like such a sweetheart.
I feel like that they doing everything too fast. I didn't think she was gonna bring this girl in that quick to live with them. So I guess he must have came in the summer when she was still out of school. So eventually she did have to come home.
Right,
But I
right,
feel
right.
like it's still too soon to have this her and him under the same roof.
Yeah, she seemed
That's my
excited
opinion.
to be
With she's a young girl at that age. No, you don't really know this guy.
yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, y'all know I say that with all of them. When they have kids, that puts a whole new, perspective on it.
Mhm.
Um, she seems happy to become a big sister, a little worried, which I think any child would be, that,
Mhm.
oh, well, the baby's gonna be your baby now. You're gonna forget about me. And Aries
Mhm.
was trying to reassure her with that, but it kind of made me laugh and at the same time made me be like, oh Lord, when she said Cam basically eats all the daggone food and drinks all the soda.
Yeah. So I mean, come on, you bringing stuff in the house, yo?
Mm-hmm. Miss T said, poor baby. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, since we talking about kids, can we move? Can we go on to Blaine and what's that child name? I can't. I can't think of her name right now. They went paintballing.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what was happening there.
She did not want
Um,
to participate in that. But I
mm,
could understand, them guns hurt when you get hit with them paintballs. You get whelps and stuff like that. So I totally understood it. You gotta wear layers of clothes with that. You don't just tell somebody and spring that on somebody at the last minute and tell them that you doing that. And then she's like, I didn't want to get shot at, and I don't blame her.
yeah, we
But
ain't
my
used to get no warnings. They used to just take us, child, and throw us in the.
you
Oh
done that
God.
before? Them
Yeah.
jokers hurt, yo. I know that you
Hmm.
get whelps when you
Listen,
get
I
black
done
and
got
blue,
hit with a BB gun before, so
and
yeah,
it's
that thing
oh
hurt like I don't know
yeah,
what.
and I know it broke skin. I
Yes,
know it
it
broke skin.
definitely did.
With the paintball things, you just get bad
Hmm.
whelps, and even if you black, you gonna turn black and
Yeah,
blue.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Blaine and I don't know what to say about them because y'all know how I feel about them. To me, I feel like they just be here to make up a story. Now, one thing I will say though, and I think I said it before when we was on the live,
Hmm.
Lindsay has stepped up when it comes to her daughter, and she do be trying to have a relationship with her. It's just the relationship that she have with the men she be choosing that be like, oh girl, what's going on? And like instead of being up here on this daggone TV show, which I know they using this as another form of income, I feel like she needs to be more so worried about, you can never get back to the time you lost. That's already gone. But building up the relationship with your child from this point on, to me, should be your first priority.
Right.
So now we finding out that they actually moved from where they was living. The
That shack.
the yeah the house is, wait, they had to move from where they was living because
What
the lease was up, but then the trailer is still not done. That's actually still being worked on. So now they living in this place,
I
and she
called it a
actually got a
shack.
job. I think it was a rehab center
She
where
got
she
two
said,
jobs. She said.
yeah, she working as like a clinical assistant, and she's working all these hours. But Blaine is just home. He's only working part-time because he's doing construction. Now that's enough to stress you out right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Money and finances and stuff like that, and you feeling like you the only one that's doing everything, that's like one of the biggest arguments people have in relationships.
Like, I'm sorry, LSW. I shouldn't have said a shack.
Hmm.
But I feel like with this whole thing with these two, everything financially is on her, and she's getting stressed out behind it because now this dude can't even work like how he's supposed to because he got this
Hmm.
ankle monitor.
Yeah.
LSW said, Moochie, not a shack. I said, I'm sorry.
Yes, listen,
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't know. This what she signed up for though. This what she wanted. And I mean, she didn't of course know about all the decisions that he was gonna make and some of the stuff because he pretty much held it back from her and made his own decisions. So that play a part
Mm-hmm.
too. But at the end of the day, now y'all said y'all in this together, this what y'all doing. I mean, he needs to step it up though. I get that now you're limited and you're working part-time because you do construction and it's slow this time of year, then maybe you got to look for something else as well. Like you can't just be in the house taking daggone naps in the middle of the day, and I'm coming in tired. And then okay, even if you wasn't working, but you was cooking and cleaning, he ain't moved not one box. He ain't putting nothing away. And then he was like, "Oh, you don't know what I have to do through the day." And she like, "Yeah, you right. I
Are
don't
you
know because I'm."
serious? You're not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing. I'm the one that's working.
Right.
You here with your ankle monitor. You what are you really doing?
Yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get that. We not gonna lay around and just do nothing. If you're not contributing one way, you're gonna contribute another way.
And then
So
you know what gets me with this stuff? This dude is not working. She working two jobs, but they got means to go paintballing.
right, like
Like
that was so
I
random.
don't know, my money ain't right. I ain't certain stuff I'm not doing.
Hmm. Well, I guess he was trying to, make her feel better and be like, "Oh, we're going out," and then it's gonna be a surprise. But she was like, "Do you got the money for it?" He like, "Yes," but it kind of like it calmed it for a minute, but then it didn't because it was something that she got excited about where she was like, "Oh, we going to play paintball," but her daughter wasn't. It was like once she
No.
looked and saw that it was paintball, she was like,
And then it seemed like her daughter cursed her out when she was getting out of that car. She said
mm-hmm,
something slick, which
yeah,
I didn't like, but I understand that she's disappointed. Like you just getting out, and you know you this guy's just getting out, and you know our whole relationship is changing.
yeah."
And I think she just got out too, right?
Oh, and then yeah, they both have been
This
in
is
jail,
like,
but I mean, as far as the daughter is more so affected, with her relationship with her mother because she would kind of be in and out. And you remember she said that this is actually the longest that she's been clean, and I think that's been what 14 months.
mm-hmm.
That's like literally a record for her, something like that. I remember her
Wow.
saying, and so at this point, I was about to say something else and I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to look over my notes because I did take a little bit of notes. Oh, when the daughter came in the house, did y'all notice that she said it smelled like death and mold?
Ew.
I'm like, what? And then
That's
Lindsay was
not
like,
good
yeah,
at
it's
all.
factory and it don't smell that bad.
That's not good at all. To say it smell like death and mold. Well, I'm thinking about Thriller, the funk of 40,000 years, though. I'm just saying, the funk of 40,000 years. She said it smelled
I
like
do
death
think
and
they're
mold.
performing too, though. I don't think it's much to their story. And at
Yeah.
times, I do think they add whatever in because they know that's what, well, they feel like that's what people want to see. But honestly, I don't even be caring about them to be real.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. She did say it smelled like death and mold, though. I was like, Lord, I would hate to be up in there. I believe her too. So So then, they all rolling around on the floor. Mind you, they wasn't even playing the paintball. They rolling around the grass, and the guy came over and was like, that's not what paintball is about.
I know, making out and whatnot. I'm like, what the heck?
So,
And he seemed like he was dying to get her behind that wall
right.
to do all of that
He
to her.
sure
Somebody
was.
said,
Anytime that he
"Ooh."
could get, I guess, that's their turn on or whatever. But of course, like her daughter just was kind of in her own zone, and she was like, "Oh, it's those teenage years," and she can't stand it. And then even when she was first leaving to go get him, he had said something about like, "Oh, you getting attitude," and she was like, "Yeah, she been giving a lot of attitude," and he was like mother, like daughter. So when they was
Wow.
riding back, she just seemed to kind of get out the car like with an attitude.
I
Now,
think she actually cursed because they bleeped it. So I'm like, what the heck did she say?
yeah, I don't know. It seemed like something else is bothering her, but it doesn't seem like she's only acting that way with Lindsay because when Lindsay calls her mom to say, we can't really stay, we gotta rush because of Blaine and his gotta be home by a certain time, curfew, whatever. She was
Mhm.
like, she just went in, she got in okay. She was like, yeah, she kept giving attitude. I don't know what's going on with her. And the mom said, yeah, she just came in, but she went straight back to her room.
Yeah,
And
so
she
she
was
ain't
like,
even
I don't
talk
know
to
what's
her.
going on with her either. So we not gonna sit down and have a conversation and find out.
Yeah, exactly. I would want to know what's going on with my kid when they not talking.
Right.
And she seems like she's not happy about this situation.
Yeah, it's definitely something happening. Like there needs to be a conversation had. Like, yeah, I get it. Kids do go through their aches when they become teenagers and different trials. The funny thing with my son is that he never gave me any problems. Not as a baby, not toddler, not teenager. He waited to after he hit 20, okay, to start showing out. I was like, damn, you were supposed to do that when you was a teenager. But
Mhm.
most of them, it usually be like the teenage years. But this seemed like it's something more than that going on there.
Yeah, she's probably mad because she probably promised her things that she was gonna do with her when she got out, and now that she's putting all her time into blame. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's him, and now she's not even living with her mother.
Yeah, she didn't like not having no Wi-Fi either. It's like you got me here in this smelly place. You
Mm.
got me where I ain't got no Wi-Fi.
So you
That's
got
true.
yeah. So
Hmm. Yeah, but basically they then went home and she was saying she wanted to have like shower, sleep, whatever. And
mhm.
all of a sudden it was like if she started having kind of a mental breakdown. But I've been there before. She was like, "Oh, I'm paying everything. I'm doing everything. It felt like so much on me. Nobody's helping me." And she starts to banging all on the daggone garage and this and that. I said, "Well, Lindsay, that's kind of what happens when you become an adult and you got responsibilities and
She
you're
always
working
having
and your
temper
mom.
tantrums
And the
though.
thing about it is she's not getting that fast money she's used to either."
Exactly. That's what it. That's you hit the nail on the head, Tamika. That's exactly what it is. She used to having that fast money, and where she
Mm-hmm.
could just peel off what she got to peel off and take care of it. And you can't
Mm-hmm.
do that now. You got to work all these
Right.
hours and earn that living. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
it's not like easy money right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely think that that was playing a big part of it. I was just like, girl, I don't know, but maybe she needs to leave Blaine alone. Maybe her and Blaine need to go their separate ways for a minute, and she needs to just focus on herself and her daughter. Maybe she should try that. I wonder if the mother still doesn't want her living in the house with her, because I remember at one time the mother kind of wanted it to be separate. She didn't want her coming back there to stay, which I could understand because, like I said, Lindsay had a history of keep getting back in trouble, keep going in and out of jail. So she wasn't letting her stay with her. I wonder if maybe she would let her come stay with her now. I don't know.
Well, I feel like with this whole thing with her, her mother probably don't want her there because she probably don't want her to have stuff like the drugs in the house if
Hmm.
she fall back. You know what I mean?
Right.
If she backslide.
Hmm.
Or Lindsay also likes being able to control Blaine, and she can't
Yeah,
anymore.
she definitely do.
Nah, she can't
She
control him. That
definitely
you
do.
know what's controlling him? That ankle monitor. That's what's
Yep.
controlling him.
Hmm.
She probably was controlling him when they was on. When remember he was one of her dealers, right?
Yeah.
She was
Hmm.
she was in control of the relationship from the beginning.
Right. Absolutely.
Good find, Miss
Mhm.
T.
That is. Miss T always have the good line
Mm-hmm.
and pick up on the good stuff. So, let's see who we could talk about next, because for some reason these things is not at all in the order I put them
Well,
in.
no, we didn't talk about Derek and Monique. We gotta talk about our favorite
Um,
couple,
yeah, we're gonna talk about them. I was trying to save them for last. Let's talk about Puppy
Puppy
Child,
and Amber.
Amber for a minute.
I'm mad
It
at
wasn't much of
Amber.
them either. I didn't understand this. Like, okay, on the one hand, Amber's now having problems with her man now. Not really, well, yeah, it is a problem because she feels like she had to grieve by herself and like he's not really expressing himself ever
Mm-hmm.
since she had, lost the baby or whatever.
Exactly.
And she's on the phone with her mom, of course, trying to tell them about that whole business thing that Ruben offered her, the partnership, and also saying that she joined the gym now and, trying to do positive things that can motivate her. I was kind of surprised. Now, I don't know that her how what kind of money her mom and her dad got, because she said that her mom is actually doing better than she's ever been doing in her whole life. They have a great relationship, all that. But I was surprised she was asking them for a $50,000 loan. I'm like, that ain't
That
fair.
was how you, and then you gonna get mad because they don't want to loan this to you because she didn't want to go to the bank because she don't want to pay interest back.
Right. She was trying to get it from them instead of the bank.
And
But
then I'm
I could
oh
understand them saying no. They got the right to say no, but I was a little confused because you know who I thought she was gonna ask? I thought she was gonna ask her man about that, but I guess he ain't got that kind of
mm-mm.
connection.
Nah, he
But
don't got that kind of connection like
I
that.
was surprised that they said no because they didn't think it was good for her.
Yeah, because they talking about all the drinking she's been doing.
Yeah.
Puppy even mentioned that.
Yeah,
Has she
Puppy
been?
did mention
Let
that
me
too,
ask
and
you this:
that's
do
one
you think
thing
she
Puppy
drinks a
was
lot?
right about.
Do you think she drinks a lot, Tamika?
Yeah, because remember, the reason why she had to go get that procedure done in the first place is because her liver's so messed up from the previous years of drugs and drinking she did. And
Mm.
she's supposed to be working on that. And remember the night when they first showed them, I said, well, if you got problems with your liver,
Why you going to work at a
Amber,
bar and
why
why
not
y'all
you
drinking?
out taking shots?
Exactly.
And see, remember I told you I was in nursing. That's one thing I always remembered, and I know, like before nursing, I didn't realize the extent because I used to have, alcoholics and stuff in my family, whatever. But when you are alcoholic, it be like it's coming through your pores, your skin is like
Mm-hmm. Yep.
your
Yep.
veins, everything. Like you'll look like a whole different person. Sometimes people that drink look worse
They
than
face looks
somebody that's
swollen
doing
too.
hard drugs.
They face
And it
looks
affects
swollen too.
women way worse than it does men. Everything will us affect us worse than men. Just put it like that. So I don't know, puppy, but I mean Amber, but that's serious. And she still be down in them damn shots.
Yeah, this is not good. Miss T. Oh, can you highlight Miss T's comment?
Let's see.
The, she said yes. Amber definitely is over drinking. She needs to be
Hmm.
careful with her diet and drinking.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yes.
puppy can't give advice.
Yes.
She be drinking right along with her.
Yeah, she do. I don't think she's been doing it as much,
I'm
but she
sorry if that's
definitely
my best friend.
she definitely oh shoot, y'all. Sorry,
If
y'all.
that's my best friend, what was that? The cat or your camera?
That was me. I kicked the the table. But no, I
I
was saying she
look. Let me
definitely
don't talk her
do.
up.
So that part of the argument I understood, but what I
Hmm.
didn't understand, and I was happy to see that Puppy is actually looking better, and she have stayed away from Eric so far. Hopefully, she continue to do that. But what I didn't understand is why did we start arguing about you wouldn't let me come and lay on your couch? I didn't understand why we was arguing about that. Do y'all feel like now that Puppy don't have Eric no more, she want to? Because remember, with Puppy and Amber, their relationship have been weird. Because remember, they
Yeah,
used
they
to
was
be
messing
friends
around at
with
one
each
point.
other, but then they would be like, "We friends," and then they would get together. Then they would be friends. Then they would get together. They used to mix it up. But then Amber seemed like she wasn't really as much into it. Amber more so seemed like when I'm bored and I'm drunk and I don't got a man, that's when I want to be bothered with you. But like she wouldn't want to be bothered if it wasn't about that. Their relationship is weird. It always have been.
Hmm.
So I don't know what was happening with that argument. I felt like is Puppy trying to get back with her again? Like what was
I don't.
happening?
I feel like she she seemed like now that if I don't have a man anymore, now I'm coming back. And then
Mhm.
I don't like the fact that she called Amber a narcissist. She's the one that's a
Yeah, I didn't
narcissist.
get that.
She's
I
the one
didn't.
that's a narcissist.
Yeah, they are
Cause
toxic. They really are.
yes, yes.
They really are. And I think they're just so used to each other being in a certain state. Sometimes it's hard for somebody to see you go into a new place when that's not the place that they used to seeing you in. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but
No, it makes sense because sometimes your friends can't go with you on certain journeys where
right.
they gonna be left behind. So
Yeah.
I totally agree with you with this. I feel
Hmm.
like Puppy, we've been talking about this. You talked about this last week, the week before. Puppy needs help. She needs to go for help. She needs to talk to somebody. I feel like
Yeah.
this is a trauma bond relationship and
Yes.
those two don't
Absolutely.
need to be together right now. They don't need to be even. She can't even. Cause you know what? She's not a friend to Amber like Puppy. Puppy's not a friend to Amber like Amber is a friend to Puppy. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
she said that too.
And that's
And
what. And I
it's
agree with her with
well,
that too.
yeah.
She's more of a friend. Amber is more of a friend to Puppy than that.
Hmm.
Even though Puppy hooked her up and was gonna let her stay with her mom and all that other
Yeah.
stuff, it's still, some kind of. I still feel like they friendship is not on a level playing ground. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like the scales are not even.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she's feeling even more extra alone, which I could understand because she's feeling like, okay, now I'm here arguing with Puppy. I didn't want to be arguing with her. She's feeling alone. She's feeling like she has to grieve alone, like she really can't communicate with her man like that. And what she was trying to say to Puppy, which I get, is that me and my man wasn't really having no problems previous to this. The problem started as a result of this. And when you have a traumatic experience, it can turn up in different ways, which would make sense. Whereas in your situation, that man was not good for you. He wasn't doing anything good for you long beforehand. So you can't compare the two. I agree with her with that part. And but it's still hard on her because she's feeling like, damn, I can't even depend on my girlfriend that I'm supposed to have. I can't depend on my man right now because he don't know how to communicate with me. And then she's also getting the call from her mom at the same time where they're telling her like, nah, we don't think this is a good move for you. We think this is gonna be stressful. I thought it was gonna be her man that was saying it's not a good idea. But he actually was saying, yeah, that's cool. But in the meantime, just go to the gym. And I understand her frustration because, sometimes men don't know how to express themselves and they gonna say the most simplest thing and kind of just be like, oh yeah, do that. That's gonna be good for you. But it's like that's not what she wanna hear right now. She wanna feel like, she really got somebody in her corner that's encouraging her and making her feel good because she basically saying she not feeling good about herself right now. That's what it boils down to. She don't quit her job and everything. I don't know, but I'm kind of worried about Amber now too. Yeah, Puppy wants Amber to have her back against the wall. Yeah, I could agree. I just
Do you
feel
think?
like that's
Oh, I'm
where
sorry.
she's used to her being. So it's like I said, hard for her to see her in another space.
Let me ask you this, Tamika and Miss T. Do you think that Puppy is dying to get back in that house with Amber? Cause you see how she keep hinting about, oh, he won't let me stay there. I couldn't sleep
Yeah,
on your
she can't.
couch and da 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 this and that.
Yeah, I don't know. That just was weird to me. That felt random. It felt like it could have been a fake storyline too, because it felt real random. I don't be knowing which parts is fake and which parts is real, but
I'm
then
gonna say this then. If she moves into that house, it's all scripted.
I mean, I doubt it because at the end of the day, like Amber said, she's living there with her man. It's not like she's just there by herself, and then his kids are there as well, or they at least come there sometime and stay. So she was like, "You got to understand that part of it." And according to Puppy, she claims she do understand, but she was like, "Oh, you didn't even want me to go there at all, or he didn't want me to go there," and that she tried to have a relationship with him, and she was like, "Well, you got to understand why he felt the way that he did." So I don't know, but to me, I was like, y'all really arguing about this right now? That's kind of how I felt with them too was concerned, but I was like, I guess. And then she said she was bringing her home. Now, my thing is, did she warn him that she bringing her home? Because if she didn't, that's gonna be a whole nother argument with her and him when they get there.
Exactly, and that's what if it. I feel like that's when I be thinking it's staged when they do stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, I don't know. So y'all said y'all wanted to talk about
We didn't talk about
yeah,
Derek and
Derek and
Monique.
Monique
You
crazy
know,
stuff.
we saved them for last because we know we gonna
Oh
focus
no,
on
no,
them the
no. Matter of
most.
fact, I'm sorry. We ain't talk about this Jack behind that pissed me off. Oh my goodness.
Who?
I can't stand this
Yeah,
man.
we saving Derek and Monique for last.
Where's he at? I
Mm.
really and it makes me sad because God bless her. She had a beautiful, healthy baby. But this man right
I hear
here,
he's sick.
I want them to just like throw him in the trash, set him on fire, and roll it down the damn river, girl.
Her
He
homegirls
had the
should be
nerve,
saying,
the audacity to say to her, first of all, like, first he yelling at her that he trying to cook, give him a minute. Then he come in, he have an attitude, whatever she did with the baby. So he said today sucks that he didn't tell her he have his job so no more, right? So he's basically mad that he don't have a job that he didn't tell her about. And so it's like you're gonna purposely start an argument and be disrespectful to her because you don't want to just sit down and talk like a damn adult and tell her the truth, and you're gonna flip it around on her to make it seem like she did something wrong, that freaking mind play. I don't like that. And then at the same time, she's being insecure, checking his phone, asking about who this Tanya is. He gonna talk about he know her for 25 years. How come we never heard of her before? How come she ain't been calling you this whole time you've been out? Now all of a sudden she paid $275 for a lawyer, and he gonna talk about she was his friend and she was talking to him his whole prison bed, and he ain't gonna stop talking and all this. He had the nerve, y'all. That thing pissed me off so bad, to get up and walk out of nowhere and say, well, you figure out a way to pay all the bills. I would have told him, okay, goodbye, and all his stuff would have been out of there. Say no
yeah.
more, say less.
I feel like she should have been like, she didn't do what I did for you. So well, if she wasn't helping you like that and holding you down, you don't need to talk to her. You was friends with her for 20 years. She should have been doing more than what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yeah, it's like now he really gonna show his behind. Ever since he freaking got her pregnant, and she done had that baby. Now he really gonna show out now. And that pissed me off. Chance is manipulative. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. He's this mother father is the one that's a narcissist, Miss T. Holla at your girl. Let me know if y'all feel that way too, because that's how I feel about him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like him. I don't like. It's
Yeah,
like
his
I don't
daddy
like
said
him or
she needs to
Cam.
run. His
Blaine, I feel
sister
like
she needs to run.
if
I agree.
I don't like him, I don't like Cam. I feel like if Blaine had a chance to, if Blaine would stop doing all this little sneaky stuff, he would be all right. But he does a lot of little sneaky little things, like I'm gonna tell her half truths, and then when she figure out later, then we gonna figure out how we gonna keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, this ran my blood pressure up, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. He just disgusts me with all his damn tattoos laying there. I want to kick him right in his face through the TV. That thing pissed me off. Cause she here with a brand new daggone baby, and you want to sit here and talk all this crap to her, and she's well. First of all, Taylor, you need to stop that too, cause you over here being with these insecurities and talking about, oh, I tracked your phone and I know that you went by.
Of
Who was it? Dylan, whatever the hell his friend name was.
Yeah, but that's, you remember he went to
Yeah,
Dylan house
that's
to
the
find
one
out
he
about
went
a
to
job.
find out about the job.
He
Daryl.
had an opportunity to tell her about this thing right there.
Exactly.
And or it once, if she would have just said that, she wouldn't have kept continuing to
Hmm.
dig. And all he had to do was be like, yo, I went to so and so, and if you don't believe me, yo,
Exactly.
you could call him and check. Cause I was calling him about some, I'm trying to get some side money because I know you not
Hmm.
working. I know you just had this baby, and I want to
Right.
be able to, do what I gotta do to make things happen.
Exactly. Exactly. And then, I know that it's even more stressful for her, and her hormones is all over the place with her having a new baby and all of that. But I was like, girl, when he said that he can leave or whatever, and she said he been talking about leaving every day, and when
Mm-hmm.
somebody threatens to leave every day, they're probably gonna do it. I said, girl,
Mm-hmm.
he would be doing you a damn favor. How about
Exactly.
that?
But then he said something like, oh, I'm gonna leave. Good luck paying these bills. No, mother father, you got the most bills. You got the most
Exactly.
bills. Sure, I'd be like, yo, I was handling this before you came, and I'm gonna handle it when you gone. You know what
Hmm.
I wanted to add at the end, because it was getting ready to roll off my tongue, but I'm gonna be
Yeah, he
quiet.
was having shots. He was gambling the whole daggone
Yeah, I
nine
just don't
yards.
like what he be doing. He all over the place.
He just disgusts me, and I've been feeling that way since we first met him. And the more time goes on, the more I'm like, he is trash, 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 and more trash. He gonna tell
Okay, Miss T
her,
said he did
step
admit it to going
outside
to
and get
bar and
ready
having
for a meeting.
shots, but it was after the fact, after she dug through the phone and all this other stuff, and that's what
Hmm.
prompted the argument even more. I don't even know if he told at that point that he lost his job.
No, he still ain't say nothing that I
Yeah,
remember.
I don't like stuff
He
like that.
asked for a conversation outside, and he told her the reason why he talking to other people is because he can't talk to her.
Yeah, that's some nonsense.
I was like, if you don't get the hell up out my face with that, I feel so bad for her. I really do. Yeah, he didn't tell her anything. He wanted to sit there and put a guilt trip on her and play damn mind games. I can't
Mm-hmm.
stand people like that.
I
So
yeah, I
now
don't
she,
like that either.
end up saying the baby was crying and she was like, let her go back in the house. And he was like, oh, you just gonna walk away? She was like, yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much when she went in the house and started crying, saying, anytime somebody constantly says they're gonna leave, one day they probably gonna do it. I said, girl, he would be doing you a favor. Like, I'm sorry, sweetie.
Yeah, to me, I want him to leave because I feel like she was doing better without him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a loser to me. I don't like him.
He is. He is absolutely a loser.
If I feel like I gotta go through your phone and do all of this, if I gotta turn into a private eye as your partner, I don't need to be involved.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's a
Yeah,
bit
I don't need to
loser.
be involved. If I feel like I have to do all of that digging and all of that other stuff, I'd rather just remove myself from the situation. Yes,
Yeah,
he
I
wants
agree.
Taylor to depend on him. Yes, he does.
I agree. I wouldn't be able to do all of that. And I felt bad for her because she's been through so much and she has a brand
Exactly.
new baby.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I believe she would be able to do it. She's been doing it all this time and was doing it a better, better than him from the get go. It will hurt her for a minute, but she will be okay. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So last but not least, y'all,
My favorite couple. Ew.
we get on to Child, Derek, and Monique. Okay, of course she was coming to pick him up from the is this them? I think this is them. She was coming to pick him up from the airport. Okay, he was like, "You moving a little too slow,"
Mhm.
and I don't
And
know. It was
oh,
weird.
it was weird. I don't do. Let me ask you this, Tamika. She know that he got these three phones, or do she just know about the one phone?
I think she only know about one. Remember, he went outside that time, or at least at that point. I'm sure she probably found out about it later. But I think she only knew about one, and he had the three because he was like, "Man, she be checking that one all the time." Because remember, that was the one that she bought, and see how she looked up the logs. She's able to look up the calls even when she don't have the actual phone, which that's
She
too
don't
much.
need to. That's what I said. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
If you feel like you gotta be a private eye, I don't want to
yeah,
do all of that. That's too
that's
much
too much.
energy. I don't feel like doing all that playing back and forth. Go ahead, rock out, my nigga.
Yeah. Maybe when I was real young, but at this point, she 34 years old. I damn sure wasn't doing that at no 34, and I
Yeah,
daggone sure wasn't doing it now.
nah. I'm
And I don't
34.
even
Was I
think I was
doing
doing
this?
it in my 20s. I can't remember.
Nah, 34. Was I doing this? I wasn't going through people's phone, but people was calling me. People was calling me where, yo, nah, where I was just like, let me remove myself from the situation.
Yeah.
You got to
I
go.
ain't got time to. First of all, like I said, I get on both of them. Monique wanted to put freaking cameras in his grandma's house. She wanted to look through the phone. She wanted to be able to put the password to freaking track it to see where he at to check the call. I'm not doing all of that, but I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm just not. So that's what she wanted to do. So now she said she moved into a new place because she had to get a cheaper place. He was saying something about she was supposed to wait till he got there and they were supposed to find a place, whatever it was. And then She was saying she had spent too much money. Now, another thing I laughed at is when he got in the car and she talking in the confessional, she gonna talk about Derek, love language is money. I said, girl, what? Your
Yeah,
money?
yeah. She means like he's like a gift giving guy.
Cause he
But
just got $500 from his grandma. Okay, shout out to his grandmother because I like her. But I'm just
yeah,
saying,
Granny
like,
done paid
girl,
for this
what?
whole wall of gifts. Shouts out to
Right.
Gran. When Monique meet Grandma, she need to give her a big old hug.
Yeah, his grandmother's so sweet, for real, for
Mm-hmm.
real.
Cause
But
you know
I was
how
like, girl,
some
mm.
grandmothers send you a check for $12, or you know how when you leave in your grandmother's house and they call you back and then they hand you money and be like, "Don't tell them I gave
She
it to
does know what it is, and that's what aggravates me even more, Miss T, because you put on this whole theatrics. I literally tweeted out when I was watching a part, like, Monique, why are we putting out all these theatrics, but you still gonna stay with this man? You don't call him
you."
cheating. He
Yup.
done said he been with 10 different people. You like
Mm-hmm.
went through the mess with the family and this and that, and you still there, so you know you gonna still be there. She's sitting there talking about some, oh, if I find out he with somebody else, then we gonna be done if he's messing with any other girls. She trying to look for his
Mm-hmm.
phone while he going downstairs to pour the wine and looking around or
Right.
whatever, and telling him, I'm coming, I'm washing my face, but she couldn't find the phone nowhere. And then you start this whole big argument with him and want to talk about, oh, you could leave. I'm not gonna just
Or
throw you out
she
because of
made
your
him sleep
parole
in the
thing, but
basement.
yeah, like you could sleep in the basement. I'm like, why are you doing all this when we know you're gonna still be sitting right in his face?
Yeah, so okay, so you know what? We're gonna have to have a script segment for the part. Do you think this is script or do you think this is the real deal?
I think it's a script. I think they both. I think it's a little bit of real and a little bit of script, like with most of them. But I feel like they add on the extra sauce because now they found I guess maybe they niche what they feel like they can market off of because we see them doing all the interviews and doing everything else. I mean, at this point, even recently, remember we were saying that he got arrested. She supposedly paid the bail and is sticking by him. TMZ and everybody has stories on them, so they getting the exposure.
Mm-hmm.
They like, oh, Monique is still standing by Derek and she paid his bail to get out of jail. Even with the arrest, she plans to, be by his side, stand by your man.
Mm-hmm.
So they making money off of this.
Definitely.
Hmm. Right. And you putting on this big show,
He ain't
like,
slept
oh,
on the
maybe
couch. He was right
sleeping.
underneath that big old ass getting warm.
Oh God. Oh Lord. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. I mean, they
You
playing the
daggone
game.
right, Miss T. They riding that 15 minutes. They need to ride
They
that
sure
15 minutes.
are.
These the only
And
two
listen,
that's
I'm gonna
riding
give
that
them credit
15
where
minutes
credit
and
is due.
rocking it
I
right.
think they riding it better than most of these people that should have been doing that in the past. I'm gonna give them
Exactly.
their credit because they know people are really talking about them the most out of everybody. The other couple that people probably talk about after them is Justine and Michael. Maybe Kim and Aries, but a lot of these other people they don't be talking about. Ain't nobody been talking about Marcelino and what's his name since they was on here from a couple years back, child. People keep asking why they still coming back at this one.
Yes,
Nobody cares why
why?
they talking about Blaine and Lindsay. Let's be real.
Why?
So they definitely playing this, you know what I'm saying, to the best of their ability. Now, mind you, he had
Look,
came in
I
the
ain't mad at
following.
them either. Let them rock out and get their coins. Cha-ching.
Mm-hmm. Right. I don't know.
All
So
those old has been couples are tired.
mm-hmm.
Look, they need money though. Keep
Yep.
in mind, Marcelino, he's like kind of like a gambler. Let me find out he found
Mm-hmm.
some spot to gamble at where they at now.
Right. Mm-hmm. Because when she even brung up that she checked the call log, he was like, no. I forgot. She said something and she was like, "Oh, because I was looking for your phone." He like, "Why are you looking for my phone?" She said, "Well, his number's calling that that I don't recognize. I want to compare it and see if it's actually saved in your phone." He's like, "No, it's not saved." And he said the phone was upstairs. That's what it was. So she was like, "No, it's not." He said, "How you know it's not?" She's like, "Because I was looking for it." He's like, "Stop looking for my phone." And then that's when he was saying what I feel like Cam should have been saying when we was talking about that earlier. He said he not gonna be treated like he in jail. He already did his jail time and came out. I could understand him saying that too because Monique do be doing the most.
Yeah,
Like
she's doing the most too, though.
yeah, but then he does it too. So it's like you know what he's about. Like her sisters even said to her, even his sisters at one point said that he's not gonna be just into you. He's not gonna be loyal to you. Y'all not gonna be, even though he's making it seem that way because here you coming with a ring, even though supposedly she don't know about that part. But
Mm-hmm.
why propose and why say you want to be in a relationship when we all know you are not ready for that? You spent 9 years in jail. You want to party, you want to have fun, you want to mix it up, you want to be with different people. You just want to have your cake and want to eat it too.
Exactly.
And then she can't trust you. Therefore, this is why we are getting the I gotta look for your phone. I gotta check your phone. I gotta check your log. It's too much. Mm-hmm. It couldn't be me. I just know that. But I'ma still continue to sit and watch y'all and see how it all play out.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, she ended up throwing his flowers out and telling him to go be with another girl, knowing damn well if it was a situation where he would have jumped up off that couch and went to go with the other girl, then she would have been crying and saying, "Oh, he left." And this. I was like, "Girl, why y'all putting these theatrics on?" Yeah, yeah, she was doing a lot of drag. It's just I don't know. So that's why I feel like it's a mixture because I'm like some of this stuff can be real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't no way in the world. Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, Monique was taught. Oh, even yeah.
Mm.
That's why the engagement is all cap. Monique was
Yes,
tough because she was in Chicago and knew he couldn't go anywhere.
right.
Yeah, because he
Mhm.
would have walked out if he was able to leave. He's
Exactly.
That's his address. That's where he's supposed to be. They gonna call that phone.
Right. Definitely. Yeah,
Telling him to
y'all.
sleep in the
So
basement
that's
and all that.
the
And she know
episode.
darn well she gonna be laid up with him. He gonna be hitting it from the back, and that's a fact.
Mhm. And you know he as soon as he walked in, he was like, "Oh, we got mirrors, yeah, boy."
He gonna be hitting it from the back and looking in that mirror and
Oh
looking at everything.
God, that is a mess.
He was like, we could look at ourselves. Yes, he gonna be hitting it from the back and looking at that.
Hmm.
Monique was tough
Definitely.
because she was. Yeah, that's exactly.
Hmm.
Wow.
Absolutely. Mm-mm-mm. But thank you guys for coming through. That was basically the episode. I'm glad that we got through this with no problems because a lot of people been having problems with StreamYard. So I
Mhm.
never know what to expect when we get up here. Anything could go wrong, but we still
Mhm.
try to improvise and move it on along, move with it, rock with it, roll with it.
Exactly.
So shout out to the SJ show for stopping through. Um, Miss T, of course, was giving us the good commentary.
LSW.
Savannah stopped through LSW, Monique 69 Ways, um, Lee Pepper, Miss Sharon, Zaria. I don't know if I missed anybody's name, but thank
Monique was
you
there.
all.
Monique.
Yeah, Monique, LSW,
Savannah.
Savannah, with her shallow.
Cat Girl Reads.
Mm,
Ew.
I thank you all. We definitely appreciate it. Anybody that watched this on the replay, of course, tell us in the comments what y'all thought about this. What character pissed you off with. you know, which ones you like, who you think is doomed, who you think you staying together. Because baby, we been put that out there.
Yeah.
And
Oh, but we gonna have me and Tamika are gonna talk behind scenes. We're gonna have two little segments involved with this with the next episode. And we're gonna start doing that from this point on. So please be sure to keep all y'all notifications on, y'all.
mhm. And like, comment, share, subscribe if you can, y'all. Subscribe to me and Mucello. You know, we
Yeah.
appreciate it. I'm trying to reach, 700 is the next stop, and on the way to 1,000. So I appreciate y'all. If y'all like the content, please, please, please subscribe. And
Miss T, we gonna be talking about Yellow Jackets Sunday, right? Was it Sunday or Monday? Sunday.
um,
If not, we could do it. No, you know what? We'll do it Tuesday. You frozen?
wait a minute.
Yeah, you froze.
Okay, I don't know.
I
Maybe.
do gotta get a love after lockup word scramble. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it together.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. This thing's starting to act stupid. So, but I'm glad that we made it through the hour, at least before it
Mhm.
started acting crazy.
Yeah, I
So,
know.
so we gonna get on up out of here. We will see y'all guys the next time. Keep your notifications on, and like I said, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until we see y'all next time. Okay. Toodaloo.